Okay, made it back. Uh, Let me see. So I'm about to go. So a lot of this stuff might sound a little crazy. I gotta warm up to the information. Like I said, um, I've argued with a lot of people throughout my whole entire lifetime. You know, and a lesson that I forgot through my interaction with the aliens is just walk away, because the worst thing we can do is argue amongst each other and nobody learn anything. So me being a great debater means just really, I'm just really just trying to be a great teacher, and I'm not really trying to argue with anybody. I say that because I know where my heart lies, and I ain't trying to get no, I ain't trying to receive no flack. I ain't trying to get no points. I ain't trying to get paid off of these videos. Nothing like that. I don't want no flack. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be, correct. Hood correct on them terms. And nothing like that. I just want people to know the truth. So when I tell people the truth and they've been through so much, all these lies and shit, I understand where you're coming from, but it just breaks my heart that you just don't know the truth. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to smoke. We got this thing right here, you know, looks like a furnace. That's actually, that's to keep, you know, certain things from coming in your mouth from the bottom lip, from the bottom up. And this filters out, this chin hair actually is meant to filter out whatever comes out of your mouth and hit the ground to catch. So it's supposed to catch whatever comes out of your mouth is supposed to get caught by either your beard or this bottom chin hair. I know that's hitting like way left, but there's herbs, and that's a cop out even saying. But just to say that we are supposed to smoke, and there are benefits to it. Um, when you taste things, it can be an immediate medicine. You know what I'm saying? You're never supposed to take things that hurt you, harm you in any type of way that isn't beneficial and enhancing in any type of way that isn't, giving you energy or heals the body in any type of way. So whenever you taste things, that's why I side with, Dr. Sebi. But Dr. Sebi, he did his own research, and I wish I could back him in a lot of things. I can't wait till I go back to school, because, even though I've been equipped with so much knowledge, I still understand that I still have to speak in a certain way to actually reach certain minds that actually that can have a certain pull on society. But I don't have to do that with everybody, because everybody matters. And uh the people in these places that I actually have to reach from my education that I do gain isn't the end all be all when it comes to changing the world, because anybody has that ability to change the world. So I have to speak to as many people as I possibly can, because everybody's special and everybody has that ability to do something about our situation here on planet Earth until it gets um, back to how it's supposed to be. And everybody has that capability, no matter what position they're in, no matter what. But I'm just saying, like, because when you Dr. Sebi said the body did not come with the zipper. As soon as you're not supposed to undergo any type of piercings, surgical removal um situations. Not supposed to go under the knife or anything like that. Because when you taste something, you taste it automatically. So that means whatever herb or any type of instance in which you put anything in your mouth, yeah, you tasting something right now, it's gonna work a whole lot faster than you injecting something into your body. through a steel or metal casing that's injecting something in you that you feel. You know what I'm saying? That means the frequency is hitting your brain from whatever being put in your mouth. You can even ingest through the butthole. Not even trying to put you on that, but you can ingest through the earlobes. You know, whatever open cavities or holes you have, you can put whatever you need to put in there, and it'll be received. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you put it, open wound or whatever, and it's going to be received by the mind. So that means whatever herb that you take, instantly it should hit you. You know what I'm saying? These herbs, instantly, that frequency hits you automatically right away. You know what I'm saying? Whatever design those herbs are made from, it hits you ASAP. You taste it second, from first from the touch, taste it second, or even there may be things out there that you can look at and it can heal you. You know what I'm saying? And that's not impossible either. You know what I'm saying? It completely is not, because you have alluring things that'll draw you towards it, or use camouflage to get you to move closer, and it'll attack you or kill you, or it wants you to come closer because it wants to see you or meet you or something. In my case, it was some aliens. You know what I'm saying? I like the movie Jumanji. That was um yeah, some cases with some killer plants and stuff, and there was nice plants, and they threw something at them, and they threw some poison darts at them, and Jurassic Park, there was that fly batty dinosaur with that nice little open open flap ear things that attracted those. Actually, he ain't track them. Just it's just nice to look at, but he really spit like some Spider-Man spit out his face, and that scene wasn't too great. But um yeah, yeah, don't be fooled. Like, you don't need to go undergo any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Herbs is really all that you need, and it work instantly. It's supposed to work instantly. If it does not work instantly, it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be the fastest, because it's naturally you receive everything naturally, that you're supposed to receive things the way that they're supposed to be received naturally. It's even if it's by different seconds, and if it's genetically engineered, it's just not in harmony with what you're supposed to be doing naturally, that would work just as fast harmoniously in a way that's supposed to be. That means you're going to even heal naturally from that, you know versus somebody sticking something in you, or you just getting sliced up and healing this way, and you're like, man, okay, how long is it gonna take? You know what I'm saying? We don't know, and you're gonna look like that for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not right. So I forgot what I left off, but I'm just gonna go off on some cues. Oh, so yeah, so I'm smoking calamine, chamomile, I believe is calamine or chamomile, sage, raspberry leaves, cloves, and ginger boiled in burdock. Um, I looked at Dr. Sebi's Sea Hall. I got that blue vein. I'm trying to help. I'm helping cure this one dude. He's going well. He just got to stop eating meat. He tried to argue with me twice. He just really need to man up and just be real, and just he can't leave some of these meats alone. Like, you just got to be real with that, and actually encourage his loved ones to do the same, and stay on the vegetables. Like, he was good off of the diet, and I was only around for like a week or two, and he's like, I don't like what you made. Like, nigga, you ate everything I made you. You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? Like, you just want a hamburger or something. Like, just be real. You know what I'm saying? But you healing up. Like, he was healing up. I had him on the Dr. Sebi's diet, and he was healing up. He was good. And like I'm saying, I put him on putting on these herbs, and he loosening up even more. Like, this morning, like, the dude, he got the disease. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't really know the rules of YouTube and stuff. Like, he got the disease, and he was tripping. But this morning, after I gave him this sea hall herb, like, He didn't even like his disease ain't kick in like it used to, and he didn't want to give me no props or nothing. And he was just like, I was like, my ass, nigga. Yeah, start walking again. I might not see you no more. The way you don't talk, you know what I'm saying? What you want to talk about? You want a hamburger or something? You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff. It really do work. You just got to get off that meat. That means it's just it's gonna keep cycling because that meat is really like trapped mucus. You got to realize how they make this stuff. Just to crash course. First of all, we didn't have fire to burn all this stuff. You ain't got the canines. You got none of this stuff to actually break apart actual flesh and actually eat it. Your body's not made to just consume blood. So how in the world do you believe that we came up and ran up with some fire? Oh, I'm finna burn this shit with some herbs, niggas. It's on. You know what I'm saying? No, nigga, we not eating that shit. We having broccoli. No, I'm playing. Broccoli is genetically engineered too. So but all the herbs come from the jungles anyway, so whatever's making your meats taste good, come on, you gotta be real now. We can make some bomb food without it then. You know what I'm saying? Talking about you ever meet somebody that's talking about all this meat bomb stuff, like, okay, I wonder what make that meat taste so good is all these herbs and stuff like that, but you can't eat no vegetables, fruit, nothing. That's just completely all of that. You can't do that? Nah, okay, you're not really talking about nothing because you can't eat no meat plain. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, oh, we getting all this protein from. No, you're not. You're getting all that stuff from what that animal ate that gave that animal protein. You know what I'm saying? So why can't you get all that stuff from it then? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. And plus, not to even mention that the animal consumed and is already filtered out all those nutrients, spat that out and whatever, and now you left over with the end product of what the animal was made out of, and that's what that animal uses to survive in nature. You just eating it, you know what I'm saying? You're not eating what you're supposed to be eating, and you ain't even supposed to be eating it like that. You have sporks and forks and well, you ain't have no sporks, you know what I'm saying, in the jungle or nothing to break down that meat or pull it apart or whatever, using your hands, whatever. You people just weren't. You know what I'm saying? You was eating leaves, you was eating flowers, nectar, and fruits and vegetables, nuts and grains. It was everywhere. You didn't have to eat things or I ain't saying people or nothing. I'm just saying I'm just being real. So man, I just lost my place again. I'm just saying. Uh, yeah. So oh okay, yeah. I was just saying that that sea hall, man, that sea hall. And see how the doctor said we was talking about, man. I put that in some food, like that burdock already give off like a baked smell. So I'll be baking that in breads and stuff. That clove be putting you on and be helping you fight like flus and stuff. They help you breathe. I'm smoking that right now though. But that sea hall is the sea hall, man. Say I put this in the bread. It was good. It like it's good at smoking stuff, like smoking baked goods and stuff like that with some water, and it's the bomb. It's like real bomb. It's the bomb, real. And but it really healed you. Like it really healed me. Like I was good. Like I was just sitting up, the blue bar vein already helped me out. I can feel it going through my veins and stuff, and filtering out a couple of things. But it was kind of like stinging me and stuff like that. Like, okay, cool, but it's kind of nasty, and I ain't gonna try it too hard because I want no dude to try it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I really want to see what it does, so I can just attack, the disease whenever I can, and really know what to do first. And it did what it needed to do. I felt clear. My mind was even more clear. Like I didn't like my eyes cleared up and everything. I ain't feel a lot of you. Actually did. So I feel like I just got to do a couple more things and I'm good. Like square business. I ain't even gonna lie to you. My eyes really cleared up after this stuff. Like I'm just playing. Like, but for real, that's really what happened. And so my whole system's been cleared out. I'm on that Dr. Sebi's diet, and I take the sea hall, and I'm making this food, and I first off I'm like, okay, before I eat this, I'm just gonna drink this like plain, drink it whole. And yeah, it's kind of it's not nasty. It just tastes like tea without sugar in it, but it's a little thicker and murkier and stuff. And man, I felt it. I actually felt it in my body, in my like my colon, and then going throughout the rest of my body and like grabbing everything so I can poop it out. Like I literally felt it, and I was like, whoa! I was like, wow! And then it was really healing me. And I'm telling you, I'm already on this diet. When I'm telling you, I went to the toilet and shat out my. Oh, I'm sorry, because I know people gotta watch this, and I want people to learn. I pooped out everything I must have had in my whole system. And then as I slept, I woke up and I felt completely healed. Like I felt like I could, like, I went through some stuff because I had to, hold back from, on the everyday thing, my everyday struggles, just to find out the truth about my research before I met these aliens. So I kind of messed up my track with eating just whatever. You know what I'm saying? They talking about I had thyroid, this and that and the other, and I was gaining weight. I was eating just trash, 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 and it really messed up my whole athletic scene. And I was just messed up, man. Before they told me just to eat leaves and only green foods and veggies and stuff, I was already looking for a diet. You know what I'm saying? But high school, I was just eating whatever, pizzas, hamburgers, whatever. But I was young, so another side note, we are extremely durable when it comes to just being in nature. If if we eat all this stuff and it's completely bad for us, and it's not for us to be sustained on or able to regrow itself or sustain life at all, meaning if we're eating all this stuff and we're just pooping it out and just taking what we need from it, and then using that as nutrients, and that's just making us hungry every single day and every hour on the hour, Chinese food, Mexican, McDonald's or whatever, we still get hungry, I understand. But you realize how much of that food we must actually be taking in for nutrients and food that we actually need. Yeah, it does kind of suffocate the brain because it is bad for you, and it doesn't have everything that you need. Like, I'm not even gonna say electrolytes and just electrolytes, or use all these uh, cosmetic terms, all these ingredient terms and chemical terms, stuff like that. I'm not even gonna put people out there like that, because they talking about proper grammar and actually knowing what you're talking about, but they're making up words and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Making up things just so you can be like, oh, I got my protein today and stuff like that. No, 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 man. You got nutrients, vitamin A, B, C, and D. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like, so what you really call leaves that you supposed to be eating off the tree, and ain't nobody really taking them off like that. But these are the same people that teaching y'all that you get your protein from like hamburgers and steaks, and you know what I'm saying, and you get your nectar from sugary foods and stuff like that, processed foods, and there's so many different ways. You're supposed to still be drinking milk from either a different woman and not cow's milk, or you supposed to be getting sperm, you supposed to be getting cum from women, or however you do your deal. That's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? Just to tell you that fluid's supposed to be consumed, from your sexual counterparts too, and that's also nutrients and protein too. But you're supposed to be on such a good diet that sperm, or those fluids from your sexual partner, is supposed to actually taste like nectar. That's why they always call it the fruit, strawberry and stuff. They're like, "What you been eating?" I've been eating pineapples and stuff like that. I'm like, "Yeah, I can taste it." I'm like, "Yeah." So you just imagine you imagine what things actually taste like when you're actually on the right diet. and we didn't have genetically altered foods, and we was all eating all this plant protein and stuff like that. This is what I'm trying to tell people, that I know absolutely what I'm talking about, and I actually did meet these beings and so on and so forth. I can spit it through and through. I may have a lot of stuff in the middle, but that's just my thing. They also taught me that's also my element. This is a lot of smoke that I'm talking about in the middle of all this information, but soon enough, after the smoke clears, I'm giving you points and jewels. I'm just lining you up and getting you to understand. So, forgot where I was, and I keep doing that. But man, oh, the Seahawks. So yeah, I take the Seahawks, and um, oh, that's what also is happening. That all this mucus is getting out of me, and my eyesight is clearing up. So a lot of that mucus that I had in the past, eventually you would have to have glasses. That's why a lot of more people are wearing glasses today than we did like 10, 20 years ago. Nobody want to put that out there, but people used to get called four eyes and stuff like that because there weren't a lot of people wearing glasses back then. We start getting all these processed foods, all this mucus is actually sticking in your brain. This and that and other is messing up your vision, and is also will mess up your cognitive functions and actually creating diseases. This actually coming from that food. This is all point blank facts, and that is that, and that is just real. You know what I'm saying? It's just real. That's all it is. It's just real, and that's really what's happened. So all this stuff is coming out of me, and my eyesight is clearing up. People say that all the time. They're like, "Oh, I'm better eyesight." Okay, what happens when we really eat what we're supposed to eat, and you actually get healed, and all this stuff comes out of you? You can see again. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. It just makes sense. It's completely rational. No matter how you spit those ramifications, people can spit whatever they want to talk about. Oh, it's impossible or whatever. Okay, well, the person that the curriculum is actually followed by through nursing is actually a herbalist. You know what I'm saying? And then from that, the teachings in which they got it from is actually um, those men that actually got that teaching from that actually got it from the jungles, from um, they would say voodooists or witch doctors, or people that practice martial arts, which is just the science of the universe. Once again, is alchemetics and cometics, which would be in Egyptian, and they also call it voodoo, Vodou. Also, they would call it that, and that's also Satanism. Um, Satanism is actually it's not even evil. They use the emotion of evil to intimidate you. Satanism is actually Satanism a is actually a scale. It's actually scale in planetorial dimensions, spiritually and geographically, of like the under sense. Excuse me, it's a car coming. The under sense of like how you understand stuff. Like there would be a foundation of understanding. Would be the foundation would be like a dirt foundation or platform, but Satanism would be Satan. That would be satanic. Satanic. Say it like say it. Tanic. That means underwater, like under this layer of landmass, you will find water. That's what that means. Um, this is how they speak. This is how everybody actually speaks that actually knows to know. They be like this and that and the other, but they actually teach each other based upon these table of contents to keep these actions going, because the best power that they have over you is the knowledge in which you do not know of yourself, and that's being scientifically inclined, because you were made by the universe and you have the ability based upon your being's substance. You have immense power to be creative, and like I said, and make things far greater than any gun. That's why I'm like, yo, do not pick up guns, yo. Go into your closet. You go into your closet or get a whole bunch of recycled electronics and stuff, and you first of all know that everybody around here is family. We are all family, and everybody's special. Don't go out there doing nothing crazy. That's not what I'm saying. Everybody is our loved one, and all these people are our brothers and friends and sisters and cousins. We all come from the same genotype. We are of all the same species. That's what else I was taught. These aliens, they had they had slaves. They had white people slaves. They had black people using telekinesis to have like white people slaves, but it was just a test to see what you would do if they gave you those powers. So they would test us and see what all you would do. Would you split up their love, like what they've been doing to us, or would you kill them? What would you do? Would you destroy them? Like what would you do? Like what would you really do? They were really trying to see what you did, and then everything that you did to them when they gave you that power, they were running back to you. It was like a rapture. You know what I'm saying? They were running back to you and be like, "This is why you did this. Is why why would you do that and this and that and this?" But then they'll hit you with some information. They will school you and be like, "This is really why you're doing this, and this is really why they're doing that." They don't really know why they doing this to you, and you really from this element, and this is really your brother, and this is where we all come from, and this is really who y'all are. And this is why y'all been attracted to each other at this point in time, because this person has been resurrected through this time. I know it's a lot of stuff to know and think about. It's like a brain cluster. It's like a storm from people that actually listening to what I'm saying. But they're like, this is really why you guys are even attracted at this time and really spitting this towards each other and stuff like that. And this is going to be his consequences, but he's really not going to suffer for it because he doesn't really know what he's doing to you guys. He doesn't really know that he's going to really suffer from this, and this is really not, he's not going to benefit anything from this at all. You know what I'm saying? Because people are going to be reborn again, and our frequencies is going to remember his frequency throughout nature, and it's all going to transcend into like a resurrection in which he's going to have to repay, or he's never going to be born or remembered in the waters again. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's always the depiction of like a river of souls or ocean of souls is always water in people's astras. Because water, the astra is always, remembering, you know, our forms are always remembering spirits and astras of the past. So no matter what happens or what you do, we gonna see you again. You know what I'm saying? And it's all gonna be clear as day. So, you know what I'm saying? When I say go in your closet, if you have a full on plan and you know what you're doing, and no. If you have a full on plan and you know what you're doing, make sure you do it for all the right reasons and do it the right way. I'm not saying go in your closet, grab the gats or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying go in your closet, be the greatest scientist, the greatest alchemist that you can ever be in your life. The greatest voodooist, the greatest like actual voodoo, Christianity, witchcraft, all that stuff has to do with science. Putting nature with nature, getting stuff to react, food, substance, all that stuff, materials, and you make sure that you take political action and you want to talk it out, and you want to let them know that you also have power, with your ability, and the truth, and you want to do great things for the community. You want to be a lightsaber. That's really what all this lightsaber stuff came from. The lightsaber in Star Wars came from Christians. And that's another point I wanted to put out, that the lightsabers, Jedi Knights was actually people that actually fought people that were Christians, and I'm going to get more into that because that's one of my points. Um, that were actually Christians that were fighting for what was right, and they were mass protectors of people in peril. You know, like a little comic book or something. But they were far missed than that, and they were like the people. They were more. I ain't gonna say that because I don't want people to trip. But those aliens were just they were more natural. The people that trained me, they were just more natural. So they cleaned onto emotions a whole lot faster. You know what I'm saying? So, or they would just they had me like because before then they didn't really trip like that. But when they started training me, telekinetically they was destroying me, and every slightest thing I said they were just killing me. Everything, like I even thought I even answered questions in my sleep, and literally I did, and I put it out there. People can polygraph me whatever they want. I'm telling the absolute truth. I ain't got no reason to lie. I'm just putting people on to what really was going on and what's really going on. And basically I want people to know that um, make sure you fight for what's right. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out there, saying I told you to do something, but go out there and be an agent of change from what you now know is your power, and all the right to your power is the energy and the immensities and the resources of the universe in which you have complete control over as a manufacturer, as a biotechnological engineer, as an alchemist, as a voodooist, as a Wiccan, no matter how you put it, as a scientist, as a Christian, you know what I'm saying? Man, before I even go into that, it's like that's your power. And we are living in a corrupt society. It's a great place. I don't want them to go back and talk about, oh, this is why it says this in the Bible and stuff like that. It's completely untrue. Like I just referring back to what I said about evil just being a perception, just an emotion that they try to put on us just to scare us or something like that. They're trying to get us to be in the same genome, but there's people out there that don't even play that. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't work on everybody. It doesn't even work on like 20% of people. People just need something to believe in, and they act that way because they believe in that book. You know what I'm saying? And that shouldn't be the only thing that's capturing your mind. With everybody writing so many things out there, and there being no possible way that actually is all that you need to believe in. You know what I'm saying? Even if that is or is not true, yes, it is true that we do speak to the universe, but not in that you know confided matter that book is talking about. Like one story, and they talk to this person, this and that is actually a metaphor for everybody being the light. Just you, us. Just that is silent for uh Jesus. I mean, not silent. I mean, the J is the H is really Jesus, and Jesus is really Jesus, like hey light, high light. It's Greek for high light, is high, the anointed ones. Just you is, are you us? You know what I'm saying? That's something I went through with the aliens. They were testing me to see if I was really in it, but I was like, I have nothing to be afraid of, because I guess they have problems with shapeshifters, and I have nothing to be afraid of because I am who I am, and I'm actually here to help. And I was like they said I was like a reincarnation of like Orishas, and I came back, and they just wanted to make sure because a certain person get in their camp, and that's a shapeshifter, and I come down. I guess I'm supposed to be scared shitless, you know what I'm saying? Because if I wasn't, then I just bust out that bitch like Super Saiyan 3 or whoever I was supposed to be, or they were trying to get me to come out to be. Or if it was a certain being that was controlling my mind or whatever, they were trying to scare that out so they can, whoop up on them or something like that. And those are the problems that they was having and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So But I was trying to be so tough. I just couldn't even be tough in that situation. I'm not saying peed on myself or nothing like that. I'm just saying it was just real. It was real. It was very terrifying and stuff like that. But like I said, when you go to the closet, the last thing you need to grab is a gun. You need to grab your technology. You need to learn how to do voodoo, not like curse people, but you need to learn how to do sorcery, which is the source of your soul. You need to know how to use your jinn, use telekinesis, or all that stuff about Naruto, um, um, Avatar, um, uh, uh, Raiden from Mortal Kombat, just anything elemental. You're actually able to do. Anything of that matter, you're actually able to do. If you're able to unlock that, I know that sounds really far fetched, but you have to realign your energy with the universe in that way because we evolved so much from it, not from it, but along with it because we cannot be without it. Um, so we have new powers now, but it's in a different form, but it's in a different aspect. Um, and we may not see it as powers, but we're tenders of the of nature. We have crucial parts in nature, but in terms of like powers per se, like telekinetics and things of that nature, we're still evolving. This is a transition stage that we're evolving through, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna come back up on that. Just not right now. But you are able to do these things. You have to retrain yourself, eat all the right things because it does block your vortexes and your portals to actually be able to do these things. And all this food and all this bad television and all this stuff, you think that this stuff really doesn't matter, but that's electricity, and electricity that stops your electronics. All these people destroying the earth, it's a part of who we are, and going out here in the universe. No matter, there's no telling what those people are out there doing if they're out here trying to dumb us down. They probably ruining our names out there too. But in terms of like going to the closet, like I said, coming out here with that is you got to understand that I'm trying to get this point across that guns are really primitive. It's a high velocitated weapon. Yeah, it can knock you out. But they were more deadly back in the day. They had to get it to actually stop in you because it was just going straight through you and just killing people. So they just modified it so it wouldn't hurt as much. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a tactic of war. They just wanted to decimate you and stuff like that. But it's nothing but a high velocitated stone shooter. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me that the creators of the iPhone or anything like that can't come up with a better weapon? You know what I'm saying? Not even trying to put that out there. I'm really gonna put it on everybody's shoulders that ever lived. Not talking famous, just everybody's ability to be imaginatively creative. You have the ability to create immense and incredible things. You know what I'm saying? So this slingshot that we're all revering is really is horrible. It's a horrible thing to actually believe that we have to stop here because it's a gun and we seen shooters and stuff like that. We got to get off of that. Really, for real though, we can do a whole lot more than that. So a whole lot better than that. And so don't go out there, causing havoc. That's not the point. The point is that you have to realize because naturally that's what you would do. You know what I'm saying? People get that idea, but we have to skip that part and be even smarter and just want order. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes these people that we're dealing with, they don't really hear stuff like that. They don't want us to even have that type of power, nor do they want, everything to stop because of their pockets or something that they're trying to implement or anything like that. So whenever you come up on a situation like that, show them some love, Get them to understand that we really are family. We just want everything to be free and biometrically aligned with nature itself technologically, so we can advance as a species. You know what I'm saying? And so we can all be a family and live well. You know what I'm saying? So they can all be a part of the crew instead of we just going out in all out war and they just end up losing, or we just end up losing a lot of bodies, and we go all out and they pull out their stops and we pull out our stops, and we end up losing a lot of people and a lot of progress that we could have made if we just showed each other love in the first place. You know, we don't need to go down that route, even though that they might even take it that way. They're going through some growing pains as well. You know what I'm saying? Because they're doing the wrong things, and we have to be wise enough to teach them once we get to that point. And in our own and our reclaim the fame to being biotech engineers, you know, sorcerers, you know what I'm saying? Great things, just, all that information about Egyptology and, sorcery and all this stuff about Salem witch hunts and, voodoo and all that stuff is real, you know what I'm saying? The show The Alchemist, uh, what else? Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything that they had to put down with like a Salem circle or some type of summoning circle, all that stuff is real. All that stuff is all that stuff is possible. All that stuff is real possible. All you need is a frequency and like computer chip. I ain't get none of that. I ain't trying to sidetrack nobody, but nor do I want people to, get offline because of that. But I'm just not trying to lose you. So I'm gonna go back over it. Basically, that's how everything is made, by a frequency and a platform. That's the same way bodies of organisms are made. It's made by like proteins and vital substances and the ingredients that make up that continue to build upon itself to make up um, whatever nature is emitting from its core substance, whatever its core is emanating, whatever frequency is emanating, that light is going to come up through nature, and it's going to send those electricities, those frequencies, to like everywhere, and it's going to ask everything what we need here, and it's going to start building from different parts of the universe and nature until it gets an answer to make up to whatever nature needs. And it's going to fit right there, and it's going to have a job to do. You know, everything the same way how colors were made and everything like that. Yeah, but I don't want to go too deep into that either. But that goes on along the lines of what is protein and what is light, what is darkness, what is an emotion, and everything. All those came from like fabricators, and fabricators were women. That's why I guess I could just go into this. Fabricators were women called nymphos, and they were women slash men. The men actually made up the colors inside of the women, which made them like titans or little nymphs. And then on the outside of these nymphs and titans of their own world, their colors or their elements, that would be the woman. So the woman would actually be the being, but the man would be the form of the being, but it wouldn't have a part, nor would the woman have the part. But the energy would be to be able to fabricate, but the form would be that man. Yeah, so but no, the form would be that man, but that being, that whole entire being would be the woman, and the color, no, the the energy inside of the being would be the woman. The entire being would be the woman, but the color and the actual physical substance inside of the being would actually be the man. And then on the outside, in which the world is made up of, is the woman, but what's on the inside, in which everything that you see is the actual man. Like like uh like the understanding that this bandana is a bandana, it's a bandana, is the woman. What this bandana is made of is the man. What what everything this bandana is made out of is the woman, but the form of it, the physical form of the whole entire the actual product is the man. It's like a cycle. It's like a cycle. Uh, uh, it's like a psychosynchronism between like a man and a woman. That's like always been here. You know, they're like complete opposite, but they're like two heads of the same coin that kind of do the same thing, but have like the slightest of differences. But this is what they knew back in the day. This is the information, the deep, in-depth information that they knew back in the days. They knew all this stuff. They underwent every possibility of anything that could be, and they looked into it. Everything you thought of, no matter what you can name it, and they went into it and they broke it down to a science, and they understood it and they rebuilt it. It's not like how it is today, where you can think about something and you just throw it in the trash. No, all of them, they studied that shit. They studied all of that. Now, okay, it's 12:34 a.m. I want to get this out the way.